You think sending the money will end it. You hope it buys silence. But in many online blackmail cases, the first payment is not the end. It is the beginning of payment consequences. The FBI has publicly warned that in financially motivated sextortion cases, offenders often continue demanding additional payments after an initial transfer instead of stopping. What victims often do not realize is that paying once can flag them as compliant and financially reachable, triggering long-term payment consequences that extend far beyond the first transfer. Criminal networks frequently maintain and share what are known as victim lists. Understanding how these lists work is critical if you are facing sextortion or digital blackmail and wondering whether payment will make it stop. In this video, we'll explain why sending just one payment in an online blackmail case can put you on a criminal victim list, and how paying once often leads to escalation, repeat targeting, and long-term consequences instead of resolution. How victim lists became a criminal asset. Cybercriminal operations today function more like organized businesses than isolated scammers. Over time, extortion groups began tracking which targets paid quickly, negotiated, or resisted. Those who paid were categorized as responsive and profitable. These compiled records, often called sucker lists, became valuable commodities in underground forums. Instead of abandoning a paying victim, scammers either returned with new demands or sold contact information to other criminal groups. This evolution explains why many online blackmail cases do not end after a single transaction, and the payment consequences continue. The first payment signals vulnerability, not closure. Why payment triggers escalation. Modern sextortion schemes move fast. Once explicit material is obtained, the scammer demands immediate payment, often through cryptocurrency, wire transfer, or digital gift cards. If money is sent, the tone rarely softens for long. Instead, criminals test boundaries. They may claim the original amount was insufficient, introduce new deletion fees, or threaten wider exposure. In many cases, the victim is told their content is scheduled for release unless additional funds are transferred. Payment confirms two things to the criminal: the threat worked, and the victim has access to money. That confirmation increases the likelihood of repeat targeting, either by the same individual or through shared victim lists circulating in cybercrime networks. Financial loss and long-term targeting. The danger extends beyond the initial loss, because the real payment consequences often include repeat targeting, escalating demands, and long-term exposure risk. Once on a victim list, individuals may experience repeated extortion attempts months later, sometimes from entirely different accounts referencing the same material. The psychological toll intensifies because the victim feels trapped in a cycle. Financial strain also compounds quickly. What begins as a few $100s can escalate into thousands. The fear that payment will stop exposure keeps victims compliant, even when evidence shows otherwise. Paying once does not reduce risk. It often increases exposure to sustained targeting. Signs you've been flagged as a paying target. Watch for these indicators that you may have been added to a victim list. Renewed threats after an initial payment claiming unfinished deletion. New accounts contacting you with knowledge of prior conversations. Escalating payment demands despite prior compliance. Messages suggesting your name is part of a broader distribution schedule. Repeated urgency tied specifically to prior payment history. These signals suggest the scammer sees you as financially responsive rather than resistant. Breaking the payment cycle strategically. Repeat blackmail can feel never-ending, but you have the power to disrupt it. Consider these recommended actions to help you regain control of the situation. Stop all further payments immediately, even if threats intensify temporarily. Preserve every communication, including receipts and transaction confirmations. Avoid abruptly blocking the scammer at first, as this can trigger retaliation or eliminate identifying evidence. Secure all online accounts by updating passwords and activating multi-factor authentication. Review privacy settings to limit public access to friend lists and personal details. Report the incident to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center to document the case. Consult a cybersecurity firm experienced in online extortion to assess exposure risk and create a containment plan. Interrupting the payment cycle is the optimal way to reduce long-term leverage. Payment is not protection. Sending money may feel like damage control, but the payment consequences in online blackmail cases usually strengthen the criminal's position rather than protect you. Victim lists exist because payment is tracked, categorized, and shared. The sooner you stop transfers and shift to evidence preservation and professional guidance, the faster you regain control. If you're feeling overwhelmed or targeted, don't try to handle this alone. You deserve confidential, professional support. The team at Blackmail.HelpLine offers fast, discreet assistance from cybersecurity experts who can help interrupt online blackmail cycles, preserve your privacy, and protect your reputation. We can work with digital evidence, help track down extortionists, and support you through the process. With more than a decade of experience handling online extortion investigations, our cybersecurity team has structured mitigation strategies to help clients shut down threats and prevent repeat targeting. If you ever fall victim to online blackmail, you can count on the team at Blackmail.HelpLine. Call 888-634-1535 or visit blackmailhelpline.com. Helpful links and resources. To learn more, visit our website at blackmailhelpline.com. The link is in the description below. Feel free to leave a comment with your questions or call us directly at 888-634-1535. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments if you'd like us to cover more cases like this. See you in the next video.